Hello there! This, which you're about to watch, is a completely unscripted video of me ranking, Fraymakers assist characters based on, how likely I think they are to actually become a character tomorrow. Or I guess today, depending on when this video goes up. Probably today. This will probably be going up after 12. But, this is gonna be largely unedited, really. Because again, it's like 11 p.m. where I live, so I didn't put much effort into it, both into the tier list and into editing. The tier list is extremely scuffed, and I don't think it's agreeable at all, but I just kind of wanted to put it out there and predict it before tomorrow. So, if it's awful, and my points are awful as well, please don't bully me. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I'm sorry. And this will be my first video, actually. I have more videos lined up. This wasn't supposed to be the first video, but hi, I'm Clover, VA. Nice to meet you. Hi. I upload my voice acting stuff here. You'll probably see a little bit of that coming up soon. But, yeah. Enjoy the video. Okay, so this is gonna be... Hold on. Fuck you. This is gonna be, like, vaguely unedited. This'll be edited, of course. This'll be edited. It's just, it's not gonna be one of my best works. This is probably gonna be my first video. I just want to get this out before tomorrow. I just kind of want to get this out before it's revealed tomorrow, to put in my thoughts on any character that might be here. So yeah, what we're gonna be, I assume I would have explained it all in the beginning, would have recorded something with my much better mic in the beginning, but we're gonna be ranking all the assists, because one of these little characters, one of these little freaks, is gonna become a character tomorrow. Or I guess by the time this goes up today. Because I'll probably be uploading this, like, as soon as it gets done and rendered. So, yeah. Alright, so let's begin. As you can see, I already put all the characters that are in the game. Already in the game corner. These greedy bastards. They don't get a second slot. Fuck you. Now we move on to D tier. Characters that are feasibly impossible to fit into the game. Or characters that are already from a franchise as represented, in which that's not going to happen. This is kind of going to be a lightning round, because I don't really think I have to explain myself for some of these. Slay the Spire, I believe that's Slay the Spire, yeah. Snatcher from Hat in Time. Crag from fucking Rivals of Aether. Mustache Girl from A Hat in Time. Shopkeeper from, I think Weltaro's game. I forgot it. I think it's Downwell. Yeah, I think it's Downwell if I remember correctly. I swear it's Weltaro himself. I swear there's one more character I'm forgetting here. Let me check the wiki. Okay, well, I checked. I don't think there is a character I'm forgetting. I must just be stupid. Alright, let's move on to characters that won't work. No matter which way you turn it, this is not going to be a character that works, and therefore is not going to be in the game. And I think it only really belongs to two. That being Super Hexagon from Super Hexagon, and Rhythm Doctor from, Rhythm Doctor. In the current state that these characters are in, which is implied to be how this is how these characters are going to be added, they can't work. Unless Big Cloud Gaming fucking throws some weird shit at us and just, like, makes these two work. Fine, I'll admit I was wrong, whatever. But I don't think that's gonna happen now, is it? I don't think it's gonna happen. Okay, That's D tier done and over with. I don't think I have to explain much more beyond that point. Now let's get into the characters that I think personally are unlikely. I think probably aren't going to be in the game now or at any point in the future. Some of these may be in the future. But now? No. No, not when we got shit to do and focus on. Ape from Ape Out. I think this is the least likely one to ever come into the game that's going to be in this pit. Mainly because of who it's made by. Like, it's made by Devolver Digital. Which, if you don't know them, they have a fucking huge back catalog of games that are a lot more popular than Ape Out. So if a Devolver Digital game... If a Devolver Digital game is to ever get into Fraymakers, why the hell would it be Ape Out? They have Enter the Gungeon. They have Hotline Miami. They have fucking Inscription. Cult of the Lamb. And Ape Out is the one they're gonna choose? No, it's not gonna. No, I'm sorry. It's Ape Out. No. I'm sure with whatever happens in Ape Out, you can make a wonderful moveset for an orange ape. But it's not gonna happen ever. It's not gonna happen. I forgot to say his character's name. Figured it out. Nick Andrios. You can see it. I'm reading off that, but whatever. Nick Andrios. As a character, not a bad idea. Not an awful idea. The problem is kind of with how Nick Andrios moves. He constantly has to be facing one direction. He can't, like, be a 3D character. And with how the game he's from, a Pantheon, moves, you can't really do something like Game & Watch where he's kind of just moving from slide to slide. Because if that was the case, he'd probably be an A tier. But he doesn't move like that. He moves smooth. You can't really translate that into this game, and I don't think they'd want to, just for this character alone. Maybe. I could be convinced to put him up in B. But I don't see it, I suppose. I guess I just don't see it. Tank Man. Tank Man's totally possible. They could do Tank Man. They wouldn't, though. Just because, it's an Ape Out situation in which, why would you do Tank Man when you could do other much more popular Newgrounds reps that are actually from a game? Like, think about it. Friday Night Funkin'. Castle Crashers, which I think is the most likely Newgrounds rep to come to the game. Me and My Dad. Chainsaw Man. Pico. Fucking Tank Man, in my opinion, would be the last Newgrounds character to come. Because he's not from a game. He's just not. He's just a logo. Which is fine. He's a reference to a website that hosted games. And that still does host games. So he's allowed to be here as an assist. He shouldn't be a full character. And he won't be a full character. And finally, I think for this tier... No. You. Stardrop. Your game is lost media. You shouldn't be here to begin with. Go find your game, bucko. Then maybe we could talk. Alright, go find your game. Go have the Lost Media Wiki, find your game, and put it up on there. And then maybe we could have a conversation about getting you in Fraymakers. But until then... Finally, this is kind of an oddball pick, but I think Gunman Clive would be in C tier. It's weird, because comparison to others, I don't have really a reason for this. It's just a feeling. And it's... I think it's... Coming off of Gunman Clive hasn't done much. Like, since the release of his second game. He did some cool shit. I'll give you that. His company put like, one level on the Game Boy and the SNES, which is pretty cool. I suppose. It's pretty cool. But aside from that, Gunman Clive's just kind of been there. On top of that, he's kind of like... a game that you really, really have to like the genre he's in order to get any enjoyment out of. I suppose I just don't see much reason for Gunman Clive to be in the game. I suppose that's probably where I'm coming from. Because when he appeared, he didn't make much of a splash. People played him because his game was on the early 3DS, and the 3DS had nothing on its release. So that's just kind of what he exists in a state of. You could argue like the kid from I Want to Be the Guy as well. In which I'll probably also put him here, really. I just think Gunman Clive and the kid just don't really have much reason to be upgraded to assist, to like not being assists and being full characters. Just not much reason, I suppose. Is that like a hot take? I don't care about these characters, and I don't see really the hype behind them. Alright. C tier done. Pretty shittily, I suppose. Depending on how you view the last two entries. But aside from that, I think the other four were pretty good entries. I had pretty good reasons for them. Now we go into B tier. Characters that I think could come to the game. More of a 50-50 chance. More of a 50-50 chance of coming to the game. Not total confirmation, but I could see it happening. First off, I want to say Captain Viridian as our first contender for B tier. Because Captain Viridian is kind of in the same group as the kid in Gunman Clive. In where they were on the early 3DS eShop, right? Except I feel like Captain Viridian made a little bit more of a splash with VVVVV. I feel like it's a little more of a splash. People remember VVVVV because it was an incredibly unique concept. It was unique and novel concept. In where Gunman Clive and, like, I Want to Be the Guy were kind of just another game in the genre they were in wherein VVVVV was a much more unique type of game. At least I felt. So I think that entitles him a little bit more to a slot. But he does not do a lot. He doesn't do much. Captain Viridian doesn't do much. If he did more, he'd probably be right up here. But he doesn't. He does not do a lot. So I feel like he kind of has to be here. Ain. Ain's up next. The thing about Ain is that her game is really fucking cool. The thing about her is that her game is really fucking cool. It's really nice. At least really nice looking. I haven't actually gotten to play it for myself, and I don't remember the name. I have it installed right now. I plan to play it exactly after this recording. I will do a little splash screen here, tell you how it is. But, it seems really robust. It seems like she has pretty good movement potential. Did I say movement? I meant moveset. Moveset potential. But it's only a demo. It's really only a demo in comparison to where the rest of the actual full characters have actual games. Sometimes several actual games. In the case of Commander Video and, fucking the thing from Orca. The fucking Orcan, whatever, I don't care. I fucking hate that thing. But, and where Ain doesn't... I fucked up her name again. Ain doesn't really... Ain doesn't really have a full game yet. It's a demo. So I think she lands down here. I think if her game releases, it's a lock. But until then... I want to say something here before I continue. This is likely where a lot of characters that I don't really have much information on or way to know about them will probably go. For example, the Bard, Lady Luck, Rockman. These characters will go here just because the games aren't really that popular. I suppose it doesn't really matter. It doesn't truly matter how popular your game is, but it has to. I feel like it has to have some type of impact, right? It has to have some type of impact, right? I feel like that's fair. And as for Rockman, that's just like one of the races you can play. So I feel like they have their pick of the litter. So I feel like they might want to go for fully original characters rather than just, Rockman. Okay, I think that was not a great B tier, I'll admit, because I don't know much about about at least 3 of these characters, because I haven't played the games. I'll probably get around to it eventually. Maybe I'll make a fucking tier list of how good I think each of these little characters' games are. But I think that's where we end our B tier, and we have a pretty good amount of characters left to go. A tier is going to be a little small, though. A tier is going to be a little small. So, let's begin. Right, first off, Joseph. It's hard to say that Joseph wasn't fucking everywhere back when his game first released. Because, he was. He was. Really. I'm gonna conflate. I don't think a lot of people knew who Joseph was, actually. But a lot of YouTubers played his game, and he made a pretty big splash, so I'd say it's a decent chance. It's a pretty decent chance. I'll give him that. And I'm gonna admit, I haven't played Crosscode, but I've seen clips of it. I've looked up clips of it. I try through this video. You're gonna see these 2 tabs change because I'm looking up shit about each character to figure out where I should put them. I think Leah has a robust enough moveset to the point where I think they could be added to the game. I think that's a fair thing to say, right? Shut up! I think it's a fair thing to say. Birthday's kind of in the same camp where I haven't played much of their game. But they do look like they have a robust enough moveset, and it does look like it fit well enough into Fraymakers to be added to the game. Eventually, at least, if not now, eventually. And fucking the guy from going over it. I'm not gonna try to pronounce his name. It's 11 p.m. I don't want to even try pronouncing his name, actually. But, they're gonna come up with something for him. He's gonna be in eventually, and they're gonna come up with something for him, and it's gonna be fucking stupid, but it's gonna be entirely funny. I think he's good. As for these characters down here. As for all of these characters down here. They're all going in S tier. All of them. But the question is, in which order? I think the lowest point is Pizza. Pizza's game, Chicory A Colorful Tale, is like... It's like playing a fucking Kirby Craft game. And I mean that as a compliment. It's such a unique game in terms of art style. Get the fuck out of here. It's such a unique game in terms of art style that it's hard not to fall in love with, and I feel like the Fraymakers devs would have the same opinion as me. In that the game is big enough, and the game is fucking awesome enough to want to put it in the game. But I feel like he kind of borders on the cusp of A tier. So I'll give him that. Candace from Crypt of the Necro fucking Dancer, whatever. Crypt of the Necro Dancer. I'll be the first to admit I didn't fucking like Crypt of the Necro Dancer. It is not my favorite game. I just don't think I like rhythm games. But I can't really deny that like the games are pretty iconic and well known at this point to the indie scene. It'd be hard to make an argument against Candace, which is why I'm not gonna, and I'm just gonna put her here. Shut up. Fancy Pants. You've seen Fancy Pants before. Come on. You've seen Fancy Pants before. Don't fucking lie to me. You've seen him before. You've seen that fucking guy before. Which is why he's up here. He's iconic. He has several games under his belt. He has robust movesets in each game. It would work. And I think they know it, and I think they're gonna add him eventually. I'm gonna be so brutally honest. I haven't played Bug Fables. I've been meaning to get around to it. I have been meaning to get around for it for like 2 years. But I haven't. I can't deny the game's quality. The game's quality. It's a return to form to Paper Mario. And I think it'd be at it. I don't think there's going to be much argument when I say at least one of these three, which are all three of these, are apparently the three not antagonists, I'm a fucking moron, protagonists of the game. I don't know much about fucking Bug Fables. I'm not going to sit here and yap in your ear and pretend like I do. But I can't deny it. And then we have these three. All of these three are getting in the game at some point. It's like, in fact, hold on. S+. These are for characters that are essentially confirmed. These are characters that are gonna get in at some point. It doesn't matter. Nico, crewmate, Peppino. It's not a conversation of if it's any of these characters. It's a conversation of which of these three gets the slot more. And I'd argue Peppino. Peppino is just a robust enough fucking character that he slots perfectly in any fighting game you put him in. Smash Bros, Rivals 2, Rivals 1, fucking Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl, I fucking guess. And he would fit perfectly right in the roster of Fraymakers. And I think the same could be said for crewmate Nico, but to a lesser extent. And I think for Peppino, it'd be... Actually, hold on. Because I think the same argument can apply for Nico here. For Peppino, it can be said that if he is in the game, just like Hat Kid, he'll probably bring a good amount of his world with him. And it's really fucking easy to make assists out of Pizza Tower characters. Pepperman, he charges forward. Fucking Vigilante, he shoots his rocket gun down. The noise. He does his pizza crusher. Fake Peppino, he jumps around with his weird fucking jump. Or he like throws his head around, I suppose. Fucking Pizza Head. And Pizza Face, by extension. Throws a few gears down on the battlefield. It's easy shit. It's easy shit. You can figure it out. You can figure out why he's here. Nico, I haven't played one shot, but it's Nico. There's a reason he's a very popular indie character. I think what? Ambiguous sense / unknown. It's Nico. It's a reason they're very well known. I haven't played one shot though, so I can't really speak much on this. But I'm a fraud. Okay, I'm doing this for fun. And then crewmate. Crewmate's that low because you can't really take a lot from the world of Among Us. Because it's hard to argue there is a world. It's pretty much just crewmate and imposter. Boom. But yeah, this is the roster. Bye.